Today is Friday, June 12th, 2020, and it's 3:32 p.m., and I'm calling Adult Protective Services Helpline.
Welcome to Michigan Centralized Intake, a 24-hour hotline to report the abuse, neglect, or exploitation of children and vulnerable adults. If you are calling about a life-threatening emergency, please hang up now and call 911. If you are a law enforcement officer, please press 3. All other callers, please stay on the line. Your call will be answered in the order it was received. Para español, manténgase en la línea, por favor.
Please hold while we connect your call.
Your telephone call may be monitored for quality assurance.
Going with a career in professional trade.
Central Intake, this is Jaime. Are you calling to report abuse and neglect?
Yes.
For child or vulnerable adult?
A vulnerable adult.
What's your relationship to the adult?
It's me, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead with your name for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead with your birth date for me. Alright, can I have your race and marital status information?
Not my race, but you can have my marital status. It's divorced.
Phone number?
Ma'am, I just have a couple of questions. If I can give you all that, but if you want, but would you want to see if you can answer these couple questions, or do you want all my?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's part of the referral process. If I'm going to take a referral from you, but I guess go ahead with your question first.
Well, I just need to know: do Adult Protective Services workers take an oath?
What? I mean,
Here's.
I guess not in the law enforcement sense.
It says any person authorized by a statute of this state to take an oath. Any person of whom an oath is required by law. Is it?
Where are you reading? Sorry, where are you reading that from? Like the Democratic Code?
No. This is Section 750.423 Michigan Penal Code.
Okay, and read it again for me.
Any person authorized by a statute of this state to take an oath, or any person of whom an oath is required by law.
I don't know if that's unless the penal code under what, like what article?
Michigan State Legislature Section 750.423 Michigan Penal Code Excerpt Act 328 of 1931.
Yeah, no, I don't, and keep in mind I'm more familiar with the Child Protective Services side of things. I've never been an Adult Protective Services investigator myself, but Child Protective, they don't take any sort of oath before they accept their employment.
I'm required. I'm just wondering, are they legally bound to comply with the Michigan Vulnerable Adult Protocol?
Yes, that's part of the job.
Okay, and how do you make a complaint if someone violated that?
Oh, okay, so a complaint against a worker for
Perjury.
Okay, that's a good question. We have what is called an ombudsman office for children and adults.
I tried all this, and this has been going on. I've been trying. I live in Lapeer County, and Lapeer County is a corrupt county that they installed. Lapeer DHHS installed a water heater improperly that destroyed my house. It cost $15,000 worth of damage, and that they refused to be responsible for. I had an Adult Protective Services worker that committed perjury, and I'm trying to file a complaint against her. And corrupt Lapeer County has made it impossible to do so.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you would have to go above the county.
I've tried. I'm getting the runaround, and everybody's telling me a different story. And this has gone from I live in Almont. It went from Almont to Lapeer. It's gone all the way to Governor Gretchen Whitmer's office. I talked to my state senator Kevin Daly. He was supposed to been investigating this a year ago. I talked to my state legislator Gary Howell, and I went to his town hall meeting trying to get this resolved. He had the police throw me out. I've tried every way possible to get this resolved, and I'm just getting the runaround because Lapeer County they committed gross negligence. They destroyed my home, and they've been covering it up ever since. And I've been fighting them, and not to go into detail, but they made my life a living hell. They cut my water supply off and left me to die without running water for over 2.5 years, and no one would investigate it. Everybody gave me the runaround, including Adult Protective Services worker. That's why I tried to make a complaint. I went all the way to, you know who Marie Ship is?
I do not.
And she's supposedly she was supposed to be the highest person in Adult Protective Services. I went to her. I tried to file a complaint. She told me to file a complaint with the. I live in Almont. She said you go to the Almont Police. I tried to go to the Almont Police. The Almont Police threw me out. Wouldn't allow me to make a complaint. Who do I make a complaint to? I've tried every way possible, but I'm just getting the runaround, and that's gross negligence.
Well, from where I stand, Mr. Schwartz, all I can do is take a referral for use or neglect, to you by somebody who's responsible for the care of you, or if you're neglecting yourself because you're not able to, care for yourself. It goes through the same screening process, and if you are located in Lapeer County, that is who could potentially be investigating.
They're investigating. That's the problem. They're investigating nothing. That's why it's gotten all the way to Governor Gretchen Whitmer. What they're doing is they're covering it up instead. And what I need to know is what do I do when Lapeer County corruption is making it impossible for me to file complaints and or to live. Like I said, the ombudsman office. They serve I've done it. I've already. Ma'am, I already did.
That's the only resource that I know to give you.
I already went through this a year ago. No one's contacted me. I've gone through a loop, and everybody just ignores me. This has gone on for a year. I have no. Will you take my complaint?
All I can do, and I'm telling you, if you're in Lapeer County, this would be a potential if it met criteria. Now, it does have to meet criteria for our assignment. But yeah, we can go ahead. I can take a referral.
And how when would somebody get back with me? How long?
From this, so this has to, like I said, it has to be screened by a supervisor first to determine if it even meets protective services involvement, and it either does or doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll make it real easy for you. Do this. Write this down. Lapeer. It's YouTube channel. Almont Senior.
ALMONT.
Yeah, Senior.
Senior spelled out.
SENIOR, like senior citizen. Now that's 90 evidence videos that show Lapeer County corruption. And it shows Lapeer County corruption, including Elaine Stoutenberg, my Adult Protective Services worker, who in September 2018, the Almont Police gave me her phone number, and they said that she might be able to get my house fixed that Lapeer DHHS destroyed. They did $15,000 worth of damage, and they left me without running water since November 2017. I called her 11 times, and then she finally called back and left a message, and she said, you got to call the DHHS crisis hotline. And so I called that number, and I was getting no response. So I called her supervisor, Adult Protective Supervisor Dave Lynch, and I called him on 9/20/2018, and this guy sounded like he was drunk. We went round and round, and you're a professional. You know how to handle a situation. This guy had me on the phone for an hour and a half, and all he kept saying is, well, keep calling that crisis hotline, keep calling that crisis hotline. And then that's when I said, well, you're not telling me anything. And I said, how do I make a complaint against Elaine Stoutenberg? I said, can you take that complaint? And he said, I can't do it. And I said, well, how do I file that complaint? And he said, I have to contact the head of Adult Protective Services, who is Marie Ship, SHIPP. I contacted Marie Ship, and she said that she can't take a complaint, that I would have to contact the Almont Police. I went in, I tried to file a complaint with the Almont Police, and they threw me out. I tried to file a complaint against the officer that refused to take my complaint, and they refused to take my complaint. The Almont Police are complicit in this.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Schwartz, like I said, unfortunately, the only thing that comes to my mind would be the Office of Ombudsman Adults.
Now,
for anything related to filing a complaint against somebody from the state.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about that, the Ombudsman? Because it seemed like a year ago I tried that and got nowhere. But can you tell me again, ma'am?
Yeah, so they serve as the oversight for all of the state agencies, at the county level. Anytime there's, concerns with the way a department is conducting itself, its investigation, it's like our internal affairs.
Okay, and what is it again? What is it? Can you give me
the Office of Adult Ombudsman.
Office of Adult Ombudsman. And what's their number?
Give me one moment. I'll have to look that up.
Because I'm sure I went round and round. I called everybody. That sounds really familiar, and it seemed like I didn't get anywhere.
Do you have internet access, Mr. Schwartz?
I do.
Looks like under the Department of Attorney General, there's a consumer complaint directory.
Wait. Department of Attorney General. Okay.
If you just search Michigan.gov,
right.
The state government. Under Attorney General,
right.
There is what is called a consumer complaint directory.
Whoa. Consumer complaint satisfactory.
And there's just a list of topics, like type of complaints is one column. And then the middle
This is criminal though. This isn't me, saying I don't like the way her perfume smells. And this woman set me.
If it's criminal, then that's easy. It'd be law enforcement.
That's what I said. That's the thing. Here's what this woman did to me. Are you ready for that part of the complaint?
I'm not taking a complaint, Mr. Swear, because it's not going to be an adult protective service.
Well, no. What I'm saying is I need somebody to get back with me. This never got resolved.
That's not. Yeah. Well, that's not. We don't do that either. I wouldn't be reaching back out to you. Like, this is just for incoming. This is a hotline for abuse and neglect reports.
This is a hotline. This is a. They cut off my water supply and left me to die since 2017. You don't think that's an emergency?
They're not, but the thing is, Mr. Swartz, we investigate, concerns for vulnerable adults at the hands of their caretakers, the people that are legally responsible for caring for you.
Here's the situation. I'm disabled. They cut off my water supply, left me to die in an uninhabitable mobile home. I have no transportation, and I have no way of getting around. Lapeer County knows all about it, and they're letting me die. They cut off my water supply, and this is the truth. In May of 2019, I contacted everybody possible to begging for water to survive, and when no one would help me, and I tried driving my vehicle without license or insurance to Romeo to the grocery store to get food and water, and a state policeman flagged me over. They found out I didn't have insurance, so they pulled me over. They put my wallet with my vehicle and towed the vehicle. They took me to jail, and the next day I didn't have $100 bail, so they kept me in jail. I went on a hunger strike, and after the 6th day, four jail guards came in and beat me up. They beat me up. So bad that they sent me to Macomb Hospital. They patched me up. They sent me back to the jail. The jail forewent the $100 bail, and they drove me all the way home. I beat that case, and now in September of 2019, the Lapeer County or Almont police knew all about the fact that I was out of water. I had contacted them all week trying to get help. I filed a police abuse complaint with the U.S. Justice Department, Debbie Stabenow's office, on August 31st, 2019, against 6 Almont police officers for gross negligence.
Mr. Swartz, I've just I see where you called a year ago. I've got that referral pulled up, and you're just So everything that you had said is within this referral. I've got everything. I haven't heard you say any new.
Let me finish. What happened was the police rather than responding to the fact that I made a gross negligence complaint against them, they knew I was out of water. I was without water for over 5 days. I tried to drive my car to get water. They were waiting right across the street. They set a trap. They set. Ma'am, let me just finish this. They set a trap.
This is not adult protective services matter.
It is.
You're talking about what
Ma'am, what I'm saying. Let me finish what happened. What they did is they.
I don't need you to finish.
Ma'am, I need help. Why don't you let me finish before you make a judgment? What they did,
no, Mr. Schwartz,
ma'am.
We've been talking for 20 minutes.
I know, and you're not.
I can't get you to put on a referral for me.
Well, I have not, because this is brand new, and you don't know anything about it. What happened was.
And that's what we should have started with. What is brand new? What is the harm today?
Okay, here's what happened. When I was out of water, the Almont police were waiting right across the street. They arrested me. They said they falsified a chart. They said that I beat the Almont police up. They took me to jail. They put me in they put $100,000 bail, and I went on a hunger strike for 2 weeks. Then they transferred me to the McLaren. Hello. She hung up on me. I can't believe that. There we go. There's Adult Protective Services. There's the example of Adult Protective Services, how they handle helping senior citizens. I'm gonna call her back.